Good evening, everyone. Tonight we'll tell you about two local men who were arrested this past weekend for drunk driving.
And later, we'll fill you in on a large grant offered to Massachusetts police departments and what that grant will be used for.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Mary Brady.
And I'm Morgan Hughes, and you're watching UMass News Now.
Police are again investigating a report that Panda East was serving alcohol to a minor after a parent of an intoxicated 17-year-old girl filed a complaint Sunday. According to the report, the woman's daughter consumed a large amount of alcohol Saturday night at Panda and was taken to Cooley Dickinson Hospital later in the night by Amherst Rescue after she was discovered to be passed out on a PVTA bus. In January, the Select Board, which participates as the town's liquor commission, voted to suspend the restaurant's liquor license for 7 days. Interim manager Amy Y. said she had not heard about this complaint and that they do check and double-check identification. Police have said that the latest complaint is under administrative review.
Offensive flyers were distributed to UMass printers and fax machines for the second time this Sunday. The flyer featured hateful speech about lesbian, gay, transgender, and bisexual communities and swastikas, according to the Daily Collegian. The flyers were found in the printers of WMUA, the campus radio station, Thoreau Residential Service Desk, and the Journalism Department Hub in the Integrative Learning Center. This is not the first time an incident like this has happened on the UMass campus. The university urges anyone who finds hateful speech or images on campus to immediately report it to IT or UMass Police.
Police arrested two men for drunk driving early Saturday morning, including one man who crashed into a curb and left his car in the center of the roundabout on North Pleasant Street. Police arrested Charles J. Allard of South Hadley after the University of Massachusetts Police Department found the car. Allard is being charged with operating under the influence, operating a motor vehicle to endanger negligently, and marked lanes violations. Additionally, police arrested 22-year-old Jason P. Moriarty of Bourne. According to the report, he was arrested at 1:25 a.m. after he was stopped for allegedly speeding on East Pleasant Street and Eastman Lane. Moriarty was showing signs of impairment and was charged with operating under the influence, operating a motor vehicle to endanger negligently, and speeding. Both men are scheduled to be arraigned Monday in Eastern Hampshire District Court in Belchertown.
A $275,000 grant offers Massachusetts police departments an opportunity to test body cameras. According to the Daily Collegian, a supplemental budget plan passed in October of 2015 allowed police departments across the state to acquire body cameras and run their own pilot programs. The funding was made available last week through the Executive Office of Public Safety and Security, an idea proposed in August by State Senate President Stanley Rosenberg. The money will be spread across 4 districts, including 2 cities and 2 rural areas.
Representatives from the Greenfield-based Happy Valley Compassion Center will be meeting with the Select Board Wednesday about a proposed medical marijuana dispensary, which would be potentially located on Route 9. The company is seeking a letter of support from the board to open up in the former Sunoco gas station. The Amherst Select Board has issued letters of support for 3 possible facilities in town, including 2 on University Drive, less than a mile away. Currently, New England Treatment Access, which is located in Northampton and opened in the fall, is the only medical marijuana treatment facility in Hampshire County.
A new restaurant will take over the property left behind by the recently closed College Pizza, which closed in February because of health violations. College Pizza will be replaced by Sunset Grill and Pizza. UMass alumna Rebecca Casagrande, class of 2000, told the Daily Collegian she hopes students will be able to relax in the new space and be able to find food they couldn't otherwise get at the on-campus dining commons. She has hired mostly UMass students so far and hopes to make the atmosphere one that attracts UMass students to dine there. Casagrande plans to open the new restaurant April 15th after extensive remodeling and structural and sanitary updates.
On Monday, March 21st, students began lining up as early as 8 a.m. in order to secure a ticket to this year's spring concert. The line persisted throughout the day, with wait times averaging anywhere from 2 to 5 hours. The spring concert will feature performances by Fetty Wap, Tinashe, and Logic, and will be held on April 17th at the Mullen Center.
Over 200 people have been arrested, along with 8,000 bags of heroin, $14,000 in cash, and other drugs and weapons that were seized in Holyoke in the second part of a drug bust operation. Last week, Police Chief James Neiswanger announced the conclusion of what was dubbed Operation Full Throttle, a follow-up on the first half of the operation. Operation Full Throttle 1 was a 13-day operation that led to over 200 arrests and seized over 9,000 bags of heroin, $60,000 in cash, and over 1,000 grams of cocaine in April of last year. The Holyoke Police Department conducted a majority of these arrests independently, with other assistance from agencies including the State Police, the FBI of Western Massachusetts, and the DEA.
Coming up, we'll give you the latest on prosecutors in the Brussels terrorist attack.
And later, we'll fill you in on an interesting study conducted by the U.S. Department of Education. Stay tuned.
Okay, guys, ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're live.
Probe Voyager 1 crossed out of our solar system, being the first man-made product to do so.
And find out what exciting event UMass is planning for homecoming weekend.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Liz Streppa.
Say Kyla Dion.
That's going to be us in 20 years, Kyla. 20
Exactly.
years.
If students don't start returning the locks and towels that they borrow, they might soon be locked out of free rentals.
For an anchor shot,
Yeah, is that good or?
you want to zoom it out a little bit more.
For more news updates around campus, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Until next week, have a good night, UMass.
Welcome back. Donald Trump's campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski, was charged Tuesday with battery of former Breitbart reporter Michelle Fields during a March 8th incident at the Trump National Golf Club in Jupiter, Florida, said police. Lewandowski was charged with one count of simple battery, a misdemeanor by the Jupiter Police Department. The Trump campaign responded in a statement asserting Lewandowski's innocence, saying, "Mr. Lewandowski is absolutely innocent of his charge. He will enter a plea of not guilty and looks forward to his day in court. He is completely confident that he will be exonerated." He was released with a notice to appear in court on May 4th.
According to a study conducted by the U.S. Department of Education, more women than men will attend college this year, a continuing trend from years past. As of fall 2014, women accounted for 55% of college undergraduates. The gender gap in college enrollment has been widening since the late 1970s, according to the Boston Globe. However, this trend is only recent. In the 1940s, men accounted for over 70% of college students. The study also found that women are likely to get higher grades and less likely to drop out, while men are more likely to join the military or enter the workforce straight out of high school. The University of Massachusetts Amherst, however, falls on the list of exceptions, with 51% men and 49% women undergraduate students.
And that concludes tonight's newscast. Please be sure to tune in next week at the same time for all the latest local headlines. I'm Mary Brady.
And I'm Morgan Hughes. Thanks for watching UMass News Now. Have a great night.